Throughout the history of cancer treatment, the search for effective therapies for so-called incurable cancers has long been both a scientific and a deeply human quest. Among the notable figures who devoted their lives to this challenge was Dr. Johanna Budwig, a German biochemist and pharmacologist whose work continues to spark both interest and controversy. Dr. Budwig, who lived to be 95 and was nominated 6 times for the Nobel Prize in Medicine, dedicated her career to treating patients suffering from advanced stage and terminal cancers. She claimed to achieve remarkable success, reporting that up to 90% of her patients experienced complete remission. At the heart of Dr. Budwig's approach was a strikingly simple method: a dietary protocol based on a mixture of cottage cheese and flaxseed oil. This Budwig diet, first introduced in the 1950s, was revolutionary in its time and remains a subject of debate today. The method sought to restore the body's ability to absorb oxygen at the cellular level by providing essential polyunsaturated fatty acids and proteins with the aim of halting the progression and spread of cancer cells. Dr. Budwig's research drew on the work of earlier scientists, notably Otto Warburg, who won the Nobel Prize in 1931 for his discovery that cancer cells thrive in low-oxygen, acidic environments. Warburg's insight that a lack of cellular oxygen could lead to cancerous changes became a cornerstone of Budwig's thinking. She theorized that by correcting the body's acid-base balance and replenishing it with the right fats, it was possible to reoxygenate tissues and reverse the cancer process. The Budwig Protocol consists of 2 primary components. The first is a daily dietary intake of a blend of low-fat cottage cheese and flaxseed oil. This combination, according to Budwig, makes the healthy omega-3 fatty acids in flaxseed oil water-soluble and thus more accessible to the body's cells. The second component is a broader dietary regimen, rich in whole, plant-based foods and free from processed fats, sugars, and industrially refined foods. In her view, the exclusion of essential fatty acids and the proliferation of processed foods in modern diets contributed directly to the rise in cancer and other chronic diseases. Budwig's recommended breakfast is a version of flax muesli made by blending cottage cheese with flaxseed oil, honey, and freshly ground flax seeds, along with seasonal fruits except for bananas, which she believed could spike blood sugar levels unfavorably in cancer patients. This mixture could be further enriched with spices such as cinnamon, cardamom, turmeric, and paprika, all of which have their own purported anti-cancer properties. For those seeking prevention, she advised consuming this mixture at least once a week. For cancer patients, daily consumption, often twice per day, was recommended. However, despite the anecdotal reports of success and continuing support from some patients and holistic practitioners, the mainstream medical community remains skeptical. Major cancer research organizations, including the UK's Cancer Research Institute, have stated that there is currently no robust scientific evidence to confirm the Budwig diet's effectiveness in curing cancer. Rigorous clinical trials, the gold standard in medical research, are lacking for this approach, and as such, it is not recognized as a primary treatment in conventional oncology. Yet, the conversation about cancer treatment has evolved dramatically in recent years, especially with the emergence of immunotherapy, a field that has produced some of the most significant breakthroughs in cancer care. As of December 2024, researchers at the Mayo Clinic in the United States have reported remarkable results using an innovative immunotherapy protocol for patients with non-responsive bladder cancer. By employing a specially engineered virus that selectively infects and destroys cancer cells while simultaneously stimulating the body's immune response, nearly 75% of patients in the trial achieved complete remission. This represents a major step forward for those with cancers that have not responded to chemotherapy or radiation. The global momentum in cancer treatment is further evidenced by the August 2024 International Conference on Cancer Immunotherapy in Vietnam, which attracted more than 1,000 experts and healthcare professionals. The focus on molecular biology techniques, immune cell culture, and targeted drug therapies underscores the worldwide commitment to advancing cancer treatment. These new therapies are designed not only to shrink tumors, but also to improve the quality of life for cancer patients, offering hope even in the face of previously incurable disease. Amidst these advances, it is important to acknowledge the complex realities faced by patients and families. Traditional treatments like chemotherapy and radiation, while effective for many, can also bring significant side effects and may not always extend survival, particularly in late-stage cases. Some critics argue that the medical and pharmaceutical industries have been slow to embrace non-conventional therapies, often citing the lack of financial incentive in promoting inexpensive natural remedies. Dr. Budwig herself was outspoken in her belief that the interests of the food and pharmaceutical industries sometimes conflicted with those of patients. She maintained that the rising incidence of cancer was, in part, a consequence of industrialized food production and environmental toxins. Her views, while controversial, have resonated with many people seeking alternatives or complementary approaches to standard cancer care. Ultimately, the treatment of cancer, especially in its most advanced and hard-to-treat forms, remains a field marked by both challenge and progress. The Budwig diet, with its emphasis on nutrition and cellular health, continues to find followers around the world, even as scientific debate continues. At the same time, cutting-edge therapies like immunotherapy are transforming the landscape of cancer care, demonstrating that even the most daunting diagnoses need not be viewed as hopeless. For patients and families confronting cancer, the journey is deeply personal. The best outcomes often come from a partnership between informed patients, compassionate clinicians, and the ongoing evolution of medical science. Whether through diet, lifestyle, or the latest immunological advances, the search for effective, less toxic, and more humane cancer treatments continues, a testament to the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity.